Hi, today we are going to learn how to perform takeoff in Mirage F1. It is very well designed plane and a joy to fly, but at the same time it requires good airmanship. Doing otherwise will make your life more difficult. Fortunately, smooth takeoff can be achieved with 3 very simple steps. I am going to highlight them today, so that you can take off in a manner that avoids tail strikes, nicely works with plane's characteristics, and last but not least, looks better. The first item is nose wheel steering sensitivity. Right now it is in high gain, so that you can take sharp turns as needed for taxiing and maneuvering around the airfield. For takeoff, we need to pull it out to low gain. That means the nose gear is much less sensitive to your rudder pedal input, which will make it easier to hold the aircraft on the center line. The second item are trim settings. Here are indicators for yaw, roll and pitch. Before takeoff, we need to center them, because the Mirage module randomizes them each time you load it up. Even for modules that don't do this, it's always a good idea to check them, because there might be specific trim setting required for takeoff. Roll and pitch trim can be adjusted with a trim hat, which I have mapped to my HOTAS the same way as it is here on the stick. For yaw, the switch is below the throttle and usually one proper click to the left is enough. The third item is not forcing the aircraft off the ground, but rather signaling with your stick what you want to do and waiting for the plane to respond, when it is ready to do so. That means at the right airspeed. The initial pull is applied at 120 knots, but the plane will react a bit later. The amount of delay depends on gross weight and density altitude. Once the nose moves up, release a bit of pressure from the stick as required to arrest nose movement and hold the target takeoff pitch of 12 degrees. Set it as seen on the HUD. Do not use the AOA gauge, as the angle of attack will be decreasing during takeoff. Each takeoff is performed with full flaps down, landing light on, at bright setting, gear lever unlocked, so that we can raise it with a single press of a button, which I have conveniently mapped to my HOTAS throttle base, and we're good to go. All takeoffs are performed with afterburner until 300 knots, so let's first run up the engine to full mil power, which is 8400 rpm. No warning lights, no alarms, brakes release. Let it roll a bit first and then engage full afterburner. Keep on the center line with minimal gentle presses on the rudder pedals. Gently pull on the stick at 120 knots. Once the nose goes up, hold it at 12 degrees. The aircraft will take off by itself. Positive rate of climb, gear up, 200 knots, flaps half. $250, flaps up. 300, mil power. By now, you'll have noticed, the faster you go, the more nose-up tendency is being exhibited by the plane. You can counteract it with your hand, but since that gets tiring pretty quick, let's use trim instead and apply sufficient nose-down setting so that the plane stabilizes in pitch by itself. Right now, I am completely off the stick, so let's use this opportunity to lock up the gear lever and turn landing lights off. That's the way to fly the Mirage. You have to set it up so that it cooperates with you, rather than doing its own thing. When you achieve that, you'll see it's very pleasant and stable, yet maneuverable platform to fly. Thanks for watching, see you next time.